Hello, welcome to another piano lesson with Richard Yang. And finally, we are here for the finale of the Kingdom Hearts Sonata working together. In my opinion, this was the most difficult piece to record. And the reason is it's got a lot of big chords. Well, I shouldn't say big, a lot of chords, octave chords, not bigger, but very fast. So this is very taxing to the arm, and I found this to be very difficult, and hopefully I can help you reduce the amount of time you need to spend on this piece by giving you some tips and tricks. Okay, and you will need to download this sheet music from Google. You can Google for the Kingdom Hearts piano collections. It can easily be found. Okay, so we'll start at the beginning. Thank you. Very simple. Count. That's it. But I'm not going to show you how to count. You can look at this. If you cannot count, this is too difficult for you. Now, play full length here. Right? Up to this point, no pedal at all. Okay, now section A. So notes wise, really there is nothing tricky about the notes. It's simply the difficulty simply lies in how fast you need to execute these octaves, and mostly without pedal. You only put the pedal down usually for the first quarter note, maybe and a half, right? So to give it a little color, up. I go up a little bit. I go up here, down, and so on, right? So that's really, this is if it's pretty difficult, very fast, but if you play that, I personally don't know how you normally practice octaves. The way I do it, because first of all, to give you some background. For me, playing chords, octaves, and jumps, these are very natural for me. Not because I'm talented, but because I've played a lot of these stuff over the decades. So to me, I don't need to think too much on how to play chords or even playing them together. But playing at this speed, it did require me to practice a lot. Okay, so let me give you an example how fast this actually goes. Oh no, that's too fast. Actually, it's very fast. That's what makes this difficult. It's not because of the notes. Okay, section B, same thing. I'll play slowly, and I'm not going to focus too much on explaining how to get those chords, because you can find the fingering, and there's not much else to it. It's just raw difficult because of the speed. If possible, no pedal, but if you really have to, because you cannot get this complete, yeah, but I consider pedaling down here as cheating, so try not to. Now section C, first of all, there you might think that the notes are all over the place, but there is a pattern. Look at the left hand. Right, you have, and then after that we have the same over and over, okay? Right? Nothing changes until this point. The last two measures on this page. So that's the pattern for the left hand. So now right hand. The right hand, there is a very familiar melody from Kingdom Hearts. So if you can listen to the recording over and over, get the melody, then this will click. Okay. Putting it together slowly. As you can see, I really changed the pattern only once per measure. To my surprise, that's should be sufficient, right? If you want to change more, feel welcome, but I think that's okay. Now here more. Right, here is just simply 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Right? So, of course, here you want to practice the jumps. Okay, one more time. One more time. You probably I don't know if you would be okay to play this. My hands are pretty small, so I have to make a big jump like that. I cannot play this just on without jumping. My hands are just way too small. I mean, sorry for the rant, but even just an inch more. Oh, I would really love that, but I don't. Too bad. So you want to make sure you have this motion. As you can see, I almost tilt my, okay, this is exaggerated, but I almost rotate my hand this way. But don't do it that much. It's just for me to be able to comfortably hit the notes. Right? So let me play that slowly again from second line on this page. This is a big stretch. And my tip on this one is to focus on the upper A. When you play with this left and right hand coordination thing, by the time you get to a point where you can play this well, you would know instinctively where to jump to. So you want to not focus on your left hand, you want to focus on that A. Because when you play this piece, out of all the notes, if you miss that upper A, that would be the most disastrous. Okay, for example, if I miss some notes and on the bottom line, right, that's the worst note that you can miss. Okay, so you want to focus on getting there, right? Keep doing that. Oh, see? You make it wrong, it's just horrible. practicing that, just rotate. It's not easy, so now section D. This is a simpler version, well, the same as before, but the softer version. No question about it. Section E. This, I would consider this the most difficult part of this piece. First of all, you don't have any pedal here. My advice, practice left hand and right hand separately this time. Well, I usually say don't, but please do, because once you have the, in this section, after you play the right hand really well, it will become an instinct on. So when that becomes instinctive, you want to be able to fit in your left hand with your melody. Just make sure don't copy my fingering, because when I don't play with the right hand, my fingering could be different. But I'm going to do that right now. I'll do that slowly first. And now, to break this down even further, again, I'm going to talk about that term that I use very often, the way you think, right? We have this. What gets me, what helped me click is the realization that the third quarter note, the beginning, that to me, that's an extra set of notes that I had to play. So keep that in mind, exactly the way I just said. The third quarter note, the first two 16th notes, you also need to play them. Right? 1, 2, and just know that you have to play this one more time. It is going to sound very abstract right now, but that is exactly how I learn. Because every time you do this, you might want to, just do this again. But again, you need to know you need to play another set of this. Okay, one more time. And again. So really, you just keep doing this. So, right? 1, 2. Keep doing this. And you want to play it so that you don't need to get, you can know how to get from this, right? The hand position where your second finger is, it changes ever so slightly. So make sure you can transition this, right? You want, just, it's all about the spacing or the position of your index finger. Right, so you can eventually play that pretty fast. I'm gonna do that one more time. Right, now it changes. Section F, slowly first. This is a fairly short section, so here is all about bringing out a melody. course, that's exaggerated, but that's what you need to do. In my recording, I didn't do that well because the previous section, that really tired my hands out. I had a previous injury on my arms, so this is actually very, very taxing for my arms. So I can't usually do more than a couple of takes on a in a given time. So that's why I kind of let that go. Right? So. Remember, third finger here. If you don't, when in my recording, I made a huge mistake here because I forgot about. I was so tired from before, and I got a second finger in there, and suddenly I'm out of fingers. All right, so remember, third finger here. 3. Okay. Now continue. Section G. So for the first quarter note, left hand only. Now here, this is a mistake on the sheet music. It should just go. You should go an octave up at the time. So, and here's how I do it. I go left hand go over. So you can get that notes. And if you have problem playing this, you need to know to lean your weight slightly, ever so slightly to the right, so that you can get all this chord here. Right? So instead of focusing on each individual notes, simply lean toward the right a little bit when you do this. Right? And on your right hand, when you do this, just keep the spacing the same. Don't change them. That's how you keep those consistent. Right? Now we have this again. The first note is the only place I pedal. Now, pedal here, change, keep changing the pedal. This one just jumps. It's not exactly. I don't know if it's easy or hard. For me, it's very easy, but for you, just practice. There is no trick there. You just have to tough it out. And just to give you some insight of how I look at this, right? When I play this, I don't even need to look at the keys. I just play it. Because I know when I move my hand over here, I know where I'm approximately am. And if I feel a little bump here, I know that, hey, I'm right now. And I feel a little bump, and if I'm here, obviously this one is right beside it. So when you sight read the music, you want to be able to judge the distance as you see on the music, and how you translate that to the distance on the keys. That's how you do it. I'm just curious how fast I can play this myself. I think that's pretty fast, but this piece is not that fast, okay? Now, back to the theme. And because it is exactly the same thing as before, I'm going to skip these 2 pages all completely. The next time that things are different is section K. So section K. So, actually that's still the same, pretty much the same as before. Last section, section L. The jumps over here would take some time to practice. Thankfully, all the jumps are the same. A, E, A. Right? This part, I actually used some pedal over here. If you want to think that as my technical limitation, you can put it that way. But this part, I just need to give it a little more color before I bring out the big. Because to me, there is a big crescendo into the next portion. It's not a new section, but I want to give it a sense of direction, and some pedaling here will help me do that. So that right before it. Now, how do we play this? Just watch the fingering. Right, the right hand is a. You have the 4 for the C. Left hand, same thing over and over. So it's not so bad. Now going down, just use this. Keep going down like this. That's it. Now to get the notes right, you want to be able to, for example, if you play this, remember that distance when you transition down an octave, keep that the same. See? Same wherever I move. So if you can do that, that's all it takes. Same thing, but in a different key. And then key change here. There's no question there. This is just a matter of practicing it, slowly and over. Okay, now the finale. That's it. And remember, the very last note, I've heard one recording where they did this. Please don't. Please don't. It's just 2 notes. You want to make it feel. So let me play the ending at the original speed. Oh, sorry. That's it. You want to lift your pedal up after 2 quarter notes. That's it. Don't just let it go. That doesn't sound very. I can see why people want that. It might sound big, but for someone who is into, who is really, into piano and music in general, they would know that it doesn't sound right. Okay. So that's how you take it to the end. And I don't know if this video can help you, because my goal is to transfer my knowledge to you so that you don't have to start from scratch. But there are a lot of details. It's on the way you think, and I tried my best to tell you what I was thinking when I play this. So I hope if you work on it for a while, maybe after you can play it, what I am saying here will start to make sense. And I hope that's the case. And if it still doesn't make sense, just leave a comment down below. Tell me what what part you need help with, and I will help you out. Okay, I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for very much. Goodbye.